Okay. So we live. What up, Chooms? What up, YouTube? Welcome to the EMG Elic Entertainment Space, sponsored by Elic Entertainment, of course. Yours truly. I'll be your host for this episode of At the Speed of Life. And I got with me Mr. Green, otherwise known as Nemesis Black. Say what up to the crowd.
Yo, what up? What up? Hope y'all had a blessed day today. Hope y'all enjoying your lives and living well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, we was talking real quick before we put the stream on, but yeah. So first topic of the day is, I guess, how young is too young? If you are older cat or as a man, how young is too young? Because I know some niggas, yeah, I don't go for that below the legality line and shit, but not to strike or stroke my own horn or however the saying goes, but I've been getting hit on lately by some really young females. And of course, it's an ego stroke, but at the same time, I'm like, man, you way too young. Shit. 18, 19 is too young. 20, 25, cool. But to be realistic, for my age bracket, somebody around 30, 40 is really the should be the benchmark, but it depends on their attitude.
So can I say bad words?
Yeah, say what you want, man.
Okay. Now basically, when you talking about relationships, there is a too young.
Oh, of course, of
But if
course.
you talk about fucking, then the age that she's at where you would not go to jail, then there you go. She
Yeah,
not too young. She not too young when you won't go to jail.
but you don't think young females, they know the jail line, right? They know when they're jailbait and they know when they're legal. But mentally speaking, right? Or is that why you're saying there's a difference between relationships and fucking?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so for fucking, easy, easy. Long as it's legal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But relationship, I can't see myself in no relationship with no goddamn 18-year-old. What?
What y'all gonna talk about?
Nothing?
Y'all gonna talk. Y'all gonna talk about motherfucking Super Smash Brothers?
Hell no, nigga. What is that shit? Oh, yeah, I don't even play that.
See, you fucked up. You said what is that shit? So therefore, there you go.
Eh,
That's
Yeah,
too. That's when the bitch is too young.
yup. Hell yeah, nigga. Smash Brothers, that's not my area code, nigga. I don't know. That's too young for me. I will admit.
Yeah,
But
but if you fucking these bitches, they out there fucking. And if you 50 years old, not saying that you 50. If you
nah,
50 years old and she think you look good and she won't give you some motherfucking ass, right? No,
well,
now emotionally and mentally, you're not gonna connect, but your dick will connect.
oh, most certainly. Most for most for certain.
Are you going to jail? No. Fuck. Okay. Knock that shit out.
Yeah, hey, I agree. I agree. I would, man. If it's being thrown at me, come on now. Let's be realistic. It's being thrown at me. But again, I ain't looking for no relationship behind that. So that's one thing. That's one thing. Hey, I wanted to ask, I want to get your opinion on this Sydney Sweeney Levi's campaign. You seen that shit?
Yep.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that shit?
All right. You look at the original motherfucking ad, and they talking about she had genes passed down from her parents, and she got great genes. What the fuck does that mean? They're not talking about no pants, but she's your motherfucking basic white girl with no ass. Talking about her jeans is great. That was passed down from her parents. Now she not wearing the same jeans her mama wore. The
No.
same jeans her mama farted in. The same jeans her mama bled in when she was on her period. She not doing that shit. She not wearing her mama's jeans. So what jeans is she wearing that came from her parents?
Yeah,
Her white jeans.
her white jeans. What's wrong
That
with
shit
that?
was that shit was white supremacist propaganda in disguise, and motherfuckers caught that shit real quick. Niggas ain't stupid like they used to be, where niggas just ignored that shit.
Well, it's easy to see, of
It's
course.
easy to see. We see that shit. We ain't stupid like we used to be.
But Sydney Sweeney is fine though now. True or not?
No, she fine, and it's not her fault. Niggas, people, excuse me, people shouldn't blame Sydney Sweeney. She getting paid. She got paid to do something and she did it.
Yeah.
You know. But the people who wrote
Uh,
that shit, that's who you should blame.
Guaranteed. Let's watch the ad real quick. Let me throw it up. Let's watch the ad. Tell me, can you see it? Can
I'm
you
not
hear
here
it?
to tell you to buy American
Yeah,
Eagle
I can
jeans,
see it.
and
You
I
can hear it?
definitely won't say that they're the
Yeah,
most comfortable jeans I've ever worn,
I
or
mean, she ain't
that
got
they
no
make your butt
ass.
look amazing.
She's a cute little white girl.
she
But
got a
what
nice
if,
voice too.
Hmm.
but if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. Just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
Oh, American Eagle. I said Levi's, but
No,
yeah,
that wasn't the full thing, because they was
that
talking
wasn't the
about
full thing.
they was talking about her jeans being passed down.
Yeah, that's what threw me. Before everything else, my take was before everything else, it was cool, and then she said it was passed down. Hold on, genes, as in your parents and your heritage, has nothing to do with genes that you wearing. So that shit was like, what? I see the play on words though. It don't show the full ad. Y'all gone? All right, man. Stay up, stay up, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, that was the homie Mark. Where's the full ad? It don't even show the full ad.
they probably took that shit down, man.
Probably, huh?
Yeah, they probably took that shit down. Cause
Let's see.
Jeans pass down from parents to offspring,
There you go.
often
there you
determining
go,
traits like hair color,
and that's
personality,
all.
and
That's
even
all you need to. That's all you need to play right there.
Uh,
my jeans are blue.
Sydney
That,
Sweeney has
that's
great jeans.
all you need to play right there.
what the hell?
That was that's white supremacy propaganda.
Sydney Sweeney
That
has great
Mustang is awesome.
jeans.
Let me hear it, P. Shelby GT, that shit was dope. But yeah, so my take on it, I'm not trying to be too oversensitive and all that other bullshit. You know, it's a great ad. I know excuse me, y'all. What you doing? Just relax. So anyway, uh, I see the play on words. I see the marketing strategy they was going for, but it does seem like straight up just propaganda. Like, come on. If they did back to back, like with Beyonce did a jeans commercial. They ain't go all into the jeans got passed down from the parents. I got good jeans type shit. Or if they had released Sydney Sweeney jeans ad along with another person of color, then that kind of might have washed it out a little bit. But man, that's basically as a child, right? I could still, I'm still a little childish, so I could put myself in that frame of mind. As a child, I would see that, and I got good genes. My genes are blue, so automatically, oh, blonde hair and blue eyes makes you a good person. You got good genes. That's what good genes are.
You know, she said my jeans are blue. You know what that meant? But when she said that shit was passed down from her parents,
Yeah, that's come on.
there was no hiding that. And anybody who act like they don't know what that shit mean is a fucking idiot. And need their asses whooped.
They lying straight up.
Yeah, they don't want to see. They don't. They trying to play it off too. They don't want to see that shit. Or if they do see that shit, they want to act like something wrong with you because you saw that shit.
Yeah, because you pointed it out.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And that's
should have.
not. And some people think, oh, it's only black people who should be offended by that, or there's black people that should be offended by that. Um,
No,
nigga, that would this they're the only motherfuckers that's white. So everybody else who's not white, that shit should offend everybody who not white.
Right, right.
You know.
Anybody, well, a person of color, you know.
Well, yes, so that's what I'm saying. Like anybody, that shit was meant to display.
For lefties losing it, and
So, would you classify yourself as a lefty?
Who, me?
Let me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you this shit right here. So, lefties losing it. This is talking about the jeans ad as
further
well.
proof that you can never be far left enough for the increasingly crazy modern left, songstress and leftist activist Billie Eilish is being accused of racism and celebrating whiteness because she said this during her Dublin show over the weekend.
As you guys know, I'm Irish, so it's really cool to come somewhere and like everybody looks exactly like you, and you're all just as pasty as me.
Okay.
Yep, for saying it's really cool to come somewhere where everyone looks exactly like you. She's been
Okay. So, let's stop it there and let me get your take on that shit. It's cool to be where everyone looks just like you. Racist or not?
Yep.
How's racist?
Okay. So that means you don't want to be in a diverse community, right? You want to be
Mm.
somewhere where everybody looks like you. That's racist.
Well, let's take it out of the context of living space, right? Let's say because she's there for a concert, so she's gonna be there in Ireland for what, a few months at most, right? So she's saying it's cool to be. Now let's flip it. Let's say uh you around white people all day, every day, and then you take a trip to Jamaica or the Seychelles or Bahamas and shit. You ain't gonna feel comfortable being around nothing but niggas. Yeah,
Well,
I
first of
would.
all, I don't. Okay, I'm black. I don't feel comfortable being around too many of us because
I,
because there's certain parts of our community, certain parts of our culture that's not for the greater good.
hmm
You know,
hmm
too much of anything is bad.
is a bad thing.
You know, so when you have a diverse community that represents the best of everything,
hmm
because the only people who could live in a diverse community are people who are more accepting of other of individuals who are different than them.
Open minded. Yep.
Exactly. So that's the best of everybody that's living together in harmony. But when you got people who can't live with other people, how is that a good thing?
Oh, it's never a good thing. I was trying to be the devil's advocate, but I can't really be
You
the
can't
devil's advocate too much.
you can't really be the devil advocate of that. If you cannot live in harmony with people who are different than you, there's something wrong with your ass.
Yeah.
Because let's say you living next door to somebody who is different than you, and you over there mad because they're different than you, right? How is that right?
I
They
don't know.
they
I
they're
can't
not
see
fucking
that.
with you. They're not fucking with you. They over there cooking their food, but you over there thinking about you at your house thinking about them.
But there's them damn darkies and their spices and shit. Then they're gonna
Exactly.
want to get your females to smoke that fucking grass with them, man. I don't know. I just tried to be the devil's advocate, even shit out. I think Billie Eilish is hot. I want to fuck her. I ain't gonna lie. I'll fuck you, Billie. But uh, that statement, I won't go out and say it's full on racist. I think she just don't know really how to. A lot of these celebrities are not media trained, man. They don't think about how people gonna take this shit if I say it. So there's no brain mouth filter. They just say shit. I don't think she meant it to be racist, but I could be wrong. You never know.
Who you talking about? Fritz Sidney Sweeney
No, Billie Eilish, Sydney
or Billie
Sweeney.
Eilish?
Like you said, she. The only way you could take it, even if she meant that shit, is she's just an artist that got paid to do a job. That's it. You can't really blame her. But with Billie Eilish, with that statement, I think it's flippant. She didn't really mean nothing. too derogatory about it, what have you.
Nah, she talking about she want to be around people that look like her and shit. She tripping too.
I don't know. Like I said, I could see both sides
It's,
of that
it's
because
fine.
I
It's fine. As fine as she is, if she want to convince me that she's not racist, and she need to do a motherfucking BBC video for me.
that's the
Then
only
I'll be
way.
convinced.
That's the only way she can convince you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep up on who these celebrity bitches be dating and all that shit. So I don't know who she been dating. But I know she ain't been dating no rappers. That's true. Which means no blacks. So let's see what this rest of this shit talk about.
Being accused of being an ethno nationalist. I was feeling terribly sorry for the girl, but then I remembered this.
We are voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they are fighting to protect our reproductive freedom, our planet, and our democracy. Vote like your life depends on it because it does.
That Billie Eilish fine ass.
Crazy
Yeah.
Billy, don't be
Oh,
surprised
she
when
not racist.
come
She not
for you.
racist. She she like niggas. She like she's voting for Kamala.
Yeah,
She
she's
wanted
but I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. Let's see what
Kamala.
has great genes.
she has. Great.
Yep, that's it. That's the so-called racist dog whistle heralding in a new era of white supremacy, if the crazy progressives are to be believed. And the
You see,
meltdown is frankly too big.
this is where I get confused with all this lefties and righties and all this shit. So if you don't agree with it, you lefty and you're a liberal, fancy pants nonsense motherfucker, whatever. But again, that ad is very polarizing. Either you don't give a fuck about it, which I was on that side until shit keep getting spread. But the more you spread it, yeah, it does send a message that you need to be white to have good genes, blonde and blue eyed specifically. So mm, I don't get all the lefty bullshit. I just don't agree with that ad. I really,
That's what they do to pump up people who support their cause.
to try to
Lefty,
get
righty.
gaslight
If
people
you
and shit.
if you don't agree with them, you're a fucking liberal. Bullshit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Most black people are in the middle. They're not left or right.
right.
We don't like, for the most part, we don't like that gay shit. So how you
True.
gonna be liberal if you don't like that gay shit? You know, but we also don't like that racist shit.
Mm.
So what does that put? Where does that put us?
Well, it's the same thing. Of course, you're going to be in the middle. There's no other way to be but be in the middle with that shit. What I'm thinking is just because somebody leans towards one side politically doesn't mean everything is through that viewpoint or that perception. People are allowed to change their mind as well. Motherfuckers don't just because you thought one thing on Monday don't mean that you living the rest of your life that way. Now, one thing I wanted to talk to you about too is Hulk Hogan, right? So Hulk Hogan, if you're not up on pro wrestling like we are, Hulk Hogan is a major figure in that. Man, why do I have to explain? Everybody know who the fuck Hulk Hogan is, all right? So Hulk Hogan recently passed away. Unfortunately, I don't wish death on nobody. But where do you sit with Hogan being put up there as a national treasure?
Well, he is.
Hmm.
He
Go
is a
ahead.
national treasure. You know,
Hmm.
for those of us who grew up in the '80s, I was born in 1979.
Hmm.
I had Hulk Hogan underwear. I had Hulk Hogan lunch pail.
Hmm.
The stuff he used to talk to the kids about was righteousness, regardless of who he was behind the scenes. The stuff that he was teaching the community,
Hmm.
African American, Latino American, white American, he was teaching us to take your vitamins, say your prayers,
Stay in school.
stay in school. What was wrong with that? Even though his vitamins was different than ours, you know, he was still teaching us things that was positive.
Hmm.
So how could you not give the man credit for those things? Yes, he showed his true colors when his daughter wanted some black dick.
Well, it was before that, but that's one of those big moments. Yeah.
Well, he had black friends. He was friends with Mr. T and all them cats. But he got caught on tape on audio when he was thinking his daughter wanted some black dick. You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers who don't want
Their
white
daughters
people
to
that
date black
black
women,
men.
black men.
It's not just white men. It's Filipinos don't want their daughters to date black men.
Yeah.
There's Asians, like Chinese, Japanese, who disown their daughters for dating black men. Matter of fact, there's black people who don't want their daughters to date black men.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
This is all true. It's all true.
So he got caught, and he was talking shit. So obviously, this, he's been like this for a while.
Hmm.
So obviously, he has racist tendencies. Now, is he an extreme racist to where he's gonna go burn your house down because you making some money or because you drive a nice car? No, he don't seem like that kind. But he has racist views like a lot of people have. But you
It's,
can't
it's
you
natural.
can't you can't ignore the good he did for our generation.
Well, I'll look at it this way. Uh, Pro wrestlers, in a lot of ways, are just like superhero comic book characters. Superman versus Kal-El versus Clark Kent. So it goes to say with wrestling, it's the same thing. Hulk Hogan is a character. And through his character, I did learn some things growing up to be good. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, stay in school. He sent out a good all American message, which didn't seem to be aimed at just white kids, but everyone. So, in that respect, yeah, Hulk Hogan is a national figure, uh, did do a lot of good. But when you look behind the Hulk Hogan curtain and you see Terry Bollea, the real dude behind Hulk Hogan. So you have the Hulk Hogan, which is the public face, and then behind the curtains is a whole different story. So growing up, coming to that realization was kind of a disappointing thing, but I can't pin that on Hulk Hogan or Terry Bollea himself. That just comes with growing up, being an adult, and realizing how life works. So on one hand, I would say it sucks that behind closed doors, he had a lot of racist views. But then again, who's to say what his life experiences were? Maybe he got done over bad by black folk. He did have black friends. I know Mr. T, Booker T. You know what I'm saying? Despite how he was in the locker room, whole different circumstance. But yeah, that's the way they say never meet your heroes because they'll disappoint you. They're humans. So I'm disappointed in Terry Bollea, but the Hulk Hogan figure, I still trust. I still cherish those thoughts and those memories behind that type of shit. I had the Hulk Hogan fucking wrestling figure amongst a lot of others. So
And the rubber winning shit that was
yeah,
pretty
that
much
rubber,
indestructible.
you could chuck that shit at a wall, at anything short of a fire, and it's cool, man.
That
That
shit
shit
would
was
even
good.
survive fire though. That shit just be
It
burnt a little
could
bit.
if he burnt just on the outskirts. But
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, everybody fucking makes mistakes and shit. But I would say Hulk Hogan as a figure, as a character, love him to death, man. Uh, the other side of that, it was a human being. You can't really control what they're gonna think at the end of the day and how they're gonna express themselves. It is what it
Well,
is.
if you're gonna hold him accountable for his inner beliefs, you need to hold just about every president we've ever had up until Obama accountable.
Man, of course. Even
You know,
fucking um,
you need,
uh, uh, hold on. Abraham Lincoln was credited with freeing the slaves, which he did, but it wasn't an altruistic reason. He had a business reason behind it. He made money off freeing the slaves, so he still was corresponding with people and using the word nigger quite often. So
oh
it
yeah,
wasn't like he wasn't racist. He did what was good for his business. Hold on, let me look at this clip real quick.
Know something, Rock? They've got a name, a phrase for guys like you. It's called nigger.
It's
Nah,
called necker. That shit,
nah,
that didn't happen, man. That
nah.
is a
That's no.
bogus clip.
That shit
That's a
that shit
bogus
was
clip.
that shit was bogus. You know, but
This shit
I'm
was
just saying,
Let me tell
I'm
you
just saying,
something.
hold,
like,
hold on, hold on.
Talking
This shit
about
was
a clique. The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray, look.
I love that clip.
yeah, he said he actually mentioned that, like, they call me nigga.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But still, you should still know what you should still know what that shit means when you say it versus when they say it.
He
Um,
knew that shit, man. He knew that shit.
exactly. That's just what they try to say to justify them niggas using that word. Like I said, nigga, a grip. I'm talking to you, right? But
Man,
that's part of our community, and it has a whole different meaning than when he says it. And he knows what the meaning is when he says it, and he still says it anyway. When he was
yeah.
talking about when he was talking about his daughter dating niggas, he wasn't talking about as a term of endearment. He was
No,
talking about
he
it
was going
in
hard
the
with the
negative.
ER. Yeah, he was going hard with the ER.
And
And
Clint Eastwood though, but at the same time though, you gotta if you're gonna hold him accountable for that shit, you gotta hold Ronald Reagan accountable for that shit. You gotta hold
guaranteed, man.
you gotta
Guaranteed.
hold Clint Eastwood, you gotta hold John Wayne, you gotta hold
Especially John Wayne.
you gotta hold all them people accountable for that shit. You know,
I think at one point too, Hulk Hogan did stop like taking pictures. You know, when they take pictures in public, he didn't take pictures with black kids. That was well known in the locker room. Like he would not stop and take pictures with black kids. I don't know what that was about. Well, it's fucking racist, but it is what it is. Like you're saying, if we're gonna hold him accountable, everybody's got to be held accountable. But see, the argument I don't like when white people say, "Oh, y'all say we had the right to." I'm not saying I was a slave, but in our background, in our heritage, that was part of it. That word is ours, plain and simple. Y'all just mad because you don't got a word that we can't use.
well, the fucking Mexicans, like they told me that it's the same thing when we call them essays.
What?
Yeah, the Mexicans told me that we shouldn't be calling niggas essays because it's like it's the same as them calling us nigga.
Nah,
I'm just telling
nah.
you what I'm just telling you what Mexicans told me. Like
Well, look,
actual essays. You know
right.
what I mean? Well, I probably shouldn't even say that shit right now. But actual motherfuckers, who's fucking, in that community,
Hmm.
they feel the same way about us calling them essays.
Okay, well, I can't really argue because let me see. It said essential. Because from my understanding, essay does it's like vato or something like that, right? It's not meaning anything derogatory, like motherfucking mayate is derogatory. But let's look it up. So
Well, it's not.
essay.
It's not the same. But I'm just telling you what they told me.
I
It's
feel
not,
you. I'm
you
just
know.
trying to understand. So essay, according to the dictionary, philosophy, essential. No, that's not it. Essential, each of whose essay is opposition. What? Essay noun. It doesn't even come up. So essay definition. Definition and meaning. Let's go to Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Because I was thinking it's not like that, right? It's like when you say where in Spanish means fool. So if you're you saying like orale way, hey, what's a fool? I know some Mexicans, some essays don't like that shit. So essay in the Urban Dictionary derives from the first letter of the word sereno, southern gangster. Orale essay. essay, Mexican version of the word nigga. Oh shit.
Yep.
This only applies to Mexicans. What up essay? So it's like, what up nigga?
Yep. There you go.
Holy shit. Okay.
And see, I didn't read none of that shit. Well, I got told in the '90s because my mom had a foster home,
Yeah.
and so I lived with white people, I lived with black people, I lived with Mexicans, I lived with motherfucking Asian motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so I got to talk to a lot of people and learn a lot of shit because I was sharing the room with these motherfuckers.
Right. Right.
You know, so what my brother, I'm not gonna say his name. I call him my brother and shit. He was a fucking essay.
Uh-huh.
He ain't gonna like, but he ain't gonna like that I said he was an essay. But that's what we know them as. But they don't like when we say that shit. He's the one who told me that's just like him calling me a nigga.
Hmm. Okay. Well, there's something to it. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody from different backgrounds and whatnot. I know a lot of Serrenos and Norteños. As a matter of fact, I got a lot of Serreno Norteño homies here. So if y'all tuned in, hit us up in the
Hey,
comments.
them
We,
Norteños are there too.
yeah, man. You know,
That's what that motherfucker would say. What Norteño?
I think so. No, because I'm not 100% well versed on Norteño Sereno, but I know that there is a couple out here at least. I ain't trying to start no set tripping. Niggas don't start set tripping, man. I'm trying to learn this and figure this out. So I'm not knowing that when I call the vatos like, oh, what's up, SA? I didn't know that that's derogatory. So that's news to me, man. And I'm damn near 50, so. That's news to me. So I'll share one more video before we
You
gotta
think it's racist?
close
Okay,
it out.
fine.
But what topic was on? So the essay thing. Cause now all the Mexican little gangsters is saying nigga back and forth, like more than we do. So I'm like, oh shit. Times change, times change. But yeah, any cholos out there, vatos can shed some light on it. Hit us up in the comments. Let me know. I always get back to you. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and that bell too. But yeah, let's check out this clip real quick. Cause this shit irritates the fuck out of me, man. I can't stand this broad.
Just go back to FUBU, for us, by us. Do that, Doja Cat. Like, just sell.
Said mid,
No, I don't think she's mid. I think she's pretty.
but some people.
I think people like Daisy Fuente. American Eagle is racist.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
We had to.
Yeah. So what you think about Doja Cat's little reaction right there?
She's clowning that shit. But hey, you know what though? Like, we can't sit there in today's world with the way things are going, and what people need to understand in America, we're going through a little phase where we're going through a transition, and there's opposition to this transition, and
Like that.
and we're in a transition right now to where the Caucasians in this country are on the verge of becoming the minority in this country,
Right. Speak on it.
and and so now you're starting to see them panic, and you're starting to see this racism kick up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
In
so
self-defense is what you
yeah,
mean.
so all these people, with money, a lot of people with money and stuff like that, and a lot of people, they're part of the Klan, they're part of these racist groups, and Donald Trump, when you look at everything he did, the first thing he did was get rid of DEI, diversity and inclusion. He don't like to call it diversity and inclusion. He rather just call it DEI because people aren't going to really care
You
about what
won't be
that means.
reminded. Yeah, you won't be reminded of what the program's actually about if you just
Yeah,
say, "Yeah."
yeah. And he's trying, and he's trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment, which means if you're born in the United States,
Well,
you're
like
you're you're an American citizen. He's trying to get rid of that
right,
because
and sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off, but to put that in perspective for people that don't understand, it's like my sister and I. So we're both born in the Philippines on an American Air Force base. So which makes us dual citizens off top. So he and we grew up stateside since we were since I was 5, since my sister was 3. So taking that shit away, that's it's really fucked up, man. It's really
Yeah,
fucked up.
it is, and it's because the group that's threatening to overthrow them as the majority is the Latino community, and it's not just like Latinos from the same countries. You know, it's not just like people from Mexico.
Mhm.
It's overall, and they're coming over here. You know, they're legally and illegally,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they're having babies, and enough babies to where the white majority is starting to be threatened by it.
Of course.
And so now they're trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment so they can send these American citizens to countries that they weren't born in, that they're not from, because their parents weren't legal. You know,
Right.
so so so
Which
so
is really fucked up.
so that's why it's important that we don't ignore these things, because they're acting out because they're afraid.
Mhm.
You know, they're afraid, and so it's not just a black thing. It's not just a white thing. It's an everybody thing. And there's a certain group of people who don't want to relinquish their majority. Therefore, you see a lot of this shit going on. People in cages, people being treated like they're not human beings anymore.
Yeah, running up just on site. You look Latino, so we taking
Yep.
you in type shit. It
Yep.
happens, man. It happens. They did that shit with the First Nations, which they looked Latino, but they're actually Native American. So them ICE officers, they stepped in it on that one. But
Yep.
yeah, see the thing about Trump, and I'll even say this: it's not even white versus black versus brown. It's just economics, right? So if you take somebody like Trump, who's never really had to grind it out a day in his life, and he never had to fucking get it out the mud. A lot of that is daddy's money from the get go, and he just joined in on the family business. So he's not going to have the same mentality as somebody who has pulled their stuff up with their bootstraps, the blue collar dude. You know what I mean? So that's a thing that's not good for somebody in a leadership position, to not be able to see perspectives other than his own. That's just my opinion. But yeah, the way it's going down in the states right now with the population shift and all that. So this ICE thing, this whole racist reaction, is just that. Like you said, they scared. They trying to maintain the status quo, but the reality is it's just not going to be that way. And if dumb motherfuckers don't remember, the United States was supposed to be built on equality, no matter where you come from. But niggas forget that shit. And by
Well,
niggas, I'm talking about these white niggas forget that they actually stole the country. It's ridiculous, man. People
you
are
know, see, but when they were talking about equality, though, they was talking about white men.
yeah, they weren't
They
talking about everybody. It's
wasn't talking about women, white women. They wasn't talking about them. They was talking. They wasn't talking about us or nobody else. Just white men.
they talk about white dudes. And don't get me wrong, because I got white homies and I love them. They're just like my brothers. You know, Chip, you know I'm talking about you. That's an interesting story there. We're gonna get into it one of these days. I'm gonna have to have him on. Chip, his grandfather, I believe, was Grand Dragon in the Ku Klux Klan, and his father was in the Ku Klux Klan, and yet he's over here married to a Filipina, and he's got half breed kids. So his story is very, very amazing and entertaining. And I met his dad too. I met his dad. So his dad has a friend named Maverick stateside. So when he met me, he's like, "Let me take a picture. Let me take a picture." I guess the way he would show his white Maverick back home. But yo, his parents are cool as fuck. You would never think. But that's what happens, they have their viewpoints and then their kids grow up and have colored babies. So it's gonna change how they look at the world, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's just funny though. We gotta have him, Chip, on the podcast one of these days. Chip, if you tune in, we gotta have you on the podcast, brother. But yeah, that's it for me today. You had any other topics you wanted to talk about?
And shit. You know, not really. You know what I mean? Like unless you would talk about movies and shit. You know, whatever. But
Oh yeah, for sure. Superman 2025. I ain't seen Fantastic Four yet, but let's save it for tomorrow. When
yeah, I'm about to go see Fantastic Four tomorrow.
yeah,
You know, and
see if it's any good.
but there's a lot of movies that was weird that we probably need to like take time to watch.
28 days later, bro. Oh, what happened? No, he fell out the podcast. He fell out the link. But we were just jumping into movies. So 28 years later, not a good movie. Not a good movie. Hold on, he
You
back.
there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your camera on.
Oh, let me turn that shit off. Okay.
Yeah, but
Y'all saw my motherfucking hairpiece. Hey,
yeah,
I got some nice dreads.
yeah. I'm
Uh
thinking about locking my setup, but Q's like Q's like, nah, you should cut it down and grow it all out at the same time. I was like, I don't want to. I guess I could, but I
hey,
kind of like the way.
my shit long as fuck, dude. My shit is like in the middle of my back. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start cutting that shit because I don't want that shit to be like on my ass crack. That's where
God,
it's at right now.
that shit'll feel weird. Nigga.
Yeah. I start feeling uncomfortable and shit.
It should be fucking weird. But no, I'm thinking about locking myself. But I like the white. I want to stick with the white. I want to keep it white. And like I said, my hair is
Hey, it look
always
good. It look good like that, man. I like that shit. That shit look good because
so,
you always said that you wanted your shit to be like that, and it actually
yeah.
look good like that.
I wanted to. Well, good. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, I wanted to be like the male storm and shit. Oh shit, a
Yeah,
male storm. That's a good
yeah.
kid. No, I'm just playing.
Hey,
But
but certainly though, like back to the movie part, there's a lot of weird ass movies
yeah.
that's been banned and shit, and like a lot of movies that motherfuckers ain't seen that's crazy as fuck.
Oh, you got to give me a list so I can look it up. I just did watch what you call that. 28 years later. Ugh, garbage, man. Horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I mean,
watch that shit. Hey, have you seen that movie Splice?
oh, I heard about that shit too,
Nigga,
man.
that shit. I was salty as fuck that I sat through that shit because that shit. That's how like weird that shit was. But some motherfuckers might actually like it because it's weird like that. But for me, I was like that shit was a bit much. Like Splice and
Uh,
Midsummer, that shit was weird like that too.
Midsummer, yeah, that shit is strange.
You know. So yeah, we could talk about some shit. I seen some other shit that was weird like that too. But we can get into that shit next time if you want.
Yeah, we could do it tomorrow. Like I said, H wanted to jump on tomorrow. Hopefully, some of the others will jump on. Uh, I know y'all can't have your camera on, so they can only see my ugly face.
Well, I have to fucking set up. I have to set up my little area where I have a nice little background, and because I talk too much shit and I have a good job, I can't be showing my face with all the
I feel
shit that
you.
I talk.
I feel you. I mean, of course, you got to put you and yours first, and if
Yeah,
that's what you got to do, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with
yeah.
that. But yeah. So we'll talk about movies tomorrow. There's some other things, other topics I got in mind that we could do tomorrow for sure.
Hey, we should actually do a motherfucking ass contest to see which bitch got the best ass in modern Hollywood type shit.
Oh, there ain't
You know,
too many on that list.
we need to rate asses and shit. We ain't rated asses in a minute.
That's true though. I'm misrating the ass, but yeah, there ain't too many left, man. It's Scarlett Johansson tripping right now because she getting older and she feel like the male gaze is offensive. Bitch, that shit wasn't offensive when you was making millions of dollars. Man, stop that shit.
Yeah, she rich now, so now she want to flip the script. But I
Yeah.
already got the money.
She want a trip now. Miss, let us keep looking at your ass and titties. That's what you was there for in the first place. Anyway. But yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So shout out, of course, Alec Entertainment for sponsoring us. You know what I'm saying? Allowing me to be the host and talk my shit. Thank Nemesis Black, bro. Thank you for joining in today, man. Giving your
Yep.
opinion and
And
whatnot.
what? Anytime, anytime.
Man, I got my damn Shopee on the stream. Anyway. Yeah, anybody else you wanted to shout out?
Shit, nobody I can think of. Next time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, we got to do this shit more regularly. That's on me. I've been distracted, caught up with stuff, but I cleared a lot of stuff off my plate this last week. So I'm gonna just be all about content creation, man. Anybody want to join in? You're welcome. Video game streaming podcast. You know what I'm saying? About to get back to the music real quick. Start doing music videos and whatnot. So, you know, I'm just a dreamer. I'm gonna keep pursuing my dreams. That's what it is. But hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button with that little bell so you'll be hit up every time we post a video. Like I said, about to be regular. And if you don't dig the show, then that's fine. Stick yourself. Stick yourself. But it's all good, man. All right, Chooms, stay dangerous. See
Yep.
you next time.